When I lived with my aunt, she had these friends from church that she was convinced was good people. And everyone was convinced they were good people. I'm the only one that can tell you they were not. But when I first met them, I thought they were good people. And I started spending weekends with them because they said that they wanted me to move in with them. They wanted to take care of me. They wanted to help me through the abuse I had been through. They wanted to do this. They wanted to do that. They were lying through their teeth. They wanted me for other reasons, but of course they weren't going to tell my aunt this. But I started staying with them, and they were great. You know, I had the little Barbie dolls that the foster mother went and had clothes made, homemade, for me to put on the Barbies. And they had this made for, they had a Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls made for me that I just adored. And when I went to their house, you know, it was mine. I got to stand on the front porch, and I had my little bowl of soapy water that I washed my Barbie clothes in, and then I hung them up and let them dry, and it was all wonderful. And that was their way of sucking me in. After they got full custody of me, you know, they still let me go outside on a limited basis. I went out there and I played with a boy that lived down the road. I'll never forget him. His name was Brian. His sister was my foster sister's best friend, and she had cancer. I remember she had a fake arm that went from the shoulder down because she had cancer in that arm and they had to remove it, so they gave her a fake arm. And I'll never forget, she was at high school one day and something happened. She got injured. I don't remember. It's been too many years ago. I know that the arm started breaking apart, and she had to stand against the wall and hold on to it so it wouldn't fall apart. And her parents went and got her out of there. And as soon as they moved her away from the wall, the arm just shattered. And it was just a few months later that the cancer took her. And her little brother, Brian, was my good friend by this time. We went out riding bikes and having fun together. And he was devastated by his sister's death. And I remember being with him and trying to help him through it because I had lost all of my brothers and my sister. And then one day, my real sister found out where I lived, and she came to see me, and she knocked on the door, and my foster parents refused to let her in. They refused to let her see me. And after that, I wasn't allowed outside, ever. I went to school, I come home. Other than that, I wasn't allowed outside. And because she came back again and again, they moved us. And after that, I wasn't allowed outside unless I was walking to school or walking back. Other than that, I wasn't allowed outside. And by this time, my foster father had already started touching me and making me touch him. And he was such a pervert.